What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, the Survivor 47 premiere just ended. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think that was a really, really good premiere. This cast is cracked. Andy, y'all, I love Andy. I'm sorry, I do, and I'm kind of happy he stayed. But Andy is cracked, and I live for it. I live for it. I live for it. A few faves I'm living, of course. Asia and Teeny Welch. Oh, Teeny said, okay, well, we can talk about aligning, but let's wait till Asia gets back. Okay, that's rule number one, living for it down. Actually, I really enjoyed TK in this premiere too. And then you got Gabe and Rome just roaming all over the goddamn island. It's like this.
We're gonna get into it, child.
And then even the preview for the next episode, they all hate each other. They was like, Rome is a lot. Like, what? What?
He was giving a lot. Andy was giving a lot.
They annoyed with Andy. Andy's gonna be dropping bombs next episode. Like, girl, it's gonna be crazy.
No, it was a lot already. So this is already giving entertaining cast for sure. I'm very seated. Child, let's get into it. Honestly, I'm gonna pull the images up. Period. If you don't know the images, not they already coming for me.
What?
Tito says it's already looking bad for Pharaoh's draft.
Oh, yeah.
Edits. You know what? I don't think so.
Well, you lost John, and that was on your draft for sure.
Yeah, but no shade.
Someone said, Adrian said, Adrian had the most confessions after this episode. I know that's right.
I didn't even notice that.
She's already running her tribe at that. Mind you, she went on a journey first. She had a whole, couple of hours without her tribe, came back, ran it. That's a mama. Like, I'm so excited to stay in here all season. And Lavoo about to be eating up these immunities, girl. Remember preseason, we was wrong. We was like, girl, we feel like Gata gonna be the tribe that's eating it up. Nope, it's Lavoo. We always be wrong, but it's hilarious.
I wasn't completely sure. A part of me was like, well, maybe Lavoo. I was holding out hope, and I'm glad I did. Because the hope was there. The hope was there for Lavoo for sure. I did think Gata was going to do way better than they did. And they flopped real bad. I knew, well, clearly I didn't know shit. But I thought Tuku was going to do really good. But they could struggle at the puzzles. But clearly they do good enough. Because they're not that good at the puzzles. No shade.
Yeah, they do better than Gata for sure this episode.
They do better than Gata. What's surprising is that Lavoo isn't just good because of the puzzles. They're just good, period. That was what surprised me.
I mean, y'all, the way Saul was picking up them chests in the immunity challenge, I said, okay, Saul. Because everyone else had to use 2 men. Saul was out there.
Period.
And then they didn't even capsize. Lavoo ate this immunity down.
Real bad.
I'm so happy for them. Oh, I want them to
real bad. They ate that up bad. So first we start off with the opening challenge. So this is basically the challenge to see if you get nothing or if you get 1 machete. Yeah. So that's what they competed for, 1 machete and the pots, baby. Like
I always forget that that's the new era twist until the season starts. They're like, oh girl, and you won't get anything. We're gonna take your flint if you lose. Like I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, this is harder Survivor. They say.
Yes. So they compete. They go 2x2s, blah blah blah. Very similar to how they usually do. So they compete, they do the puzzle, and at first I was like, oh, okay, Lavoo was eating it up because they were doing good with gathering the puzzles. But by the end of it, Gata was the last team there, but they ate the puzzle up. And I was like,
Rachel and Annika, they locked in, mama.
Real bad.
A few things I noticed during the challenge, the way Sue Mama had lifted that block up on her back and was running. I said, go Sue.
No, Sue ate that shit up.
And y'all saw how TK ran through that mud.
It was like he literally, it was a football drill.
Literally, he was not playing.
He said, fuck it. And he went straight to it. Now, what I noticed this episode is a lot of the shit We said in our cast draft video, our cast reaction video, baby, we was on motherfucking point.
We were
If you haven't
clocking
seen that cast
shit.
reaction video, go watch that cast reaction video because damn near everything we said applied. Okay. Oh motherfucking okay. Thank you. So, boom.
Other than saying Lavoo was gonna flop, we thought Lavoo was gonna be losing.
Other than about the cast, we was eating the cast up. Them other predictions, we don't be knowing. No shade. But yes. So we get Gata. Gata wins this first challenge, and then Lavoo and Tuku have to choose one representative for their tribe to go to the motherfucking other island to do the task. So Asia wants to do it, so she volunteers to do it, and then Tuku. None of them really want to do it, but they end up rock, paper, and scissoring, and TK goes. So TK and Asia both go to the shipwreck island, and we'll put a pin in that. Mm-hmm. So we go to the tribe.
I was gagged when Asia wanted to do it. I was like, girl.
I was confused. Fuck a gag. I was confused when Asia wanted to do it. I was like, oh.
Are you sure, sister?
I was like, oh, you want to do this? And then she lost. I'm like, wait, sister.
Hold on, but she didn't need it. She didn't need it.
She sure didn't.
It didn't matter. See, when you're a mother, you can choose to do what you want. Okay.
She was fine regardless. Thank you. So we head to the Gata tribe, and we quickly kind of get some of their dynamics. Andy is moving fast a little bit. He's like, okay, I want to lock in with 2 people quickly because when you do the math, you at least need 4 votes because if you don't have 4 votes, then you can't get someone out. So as long as I get 2 other people, then I'll be able to have 3 votes and they'll never be able to get 4 and they'll never be able to get me out.
And then he started doing math in the air. He did a whole motherfucking geometry, algebraic puzzle, girl. I'm not good at math, so I was not sure what he was speaking of in that moment, but I was listening.
Period. So he does his math and he quickly is like, okay, I need to find 2 people. So he bonds with John first. And then later on we see he tries to bond with Rachel. I guess those are those 2 people. But as he's bonding with John, Sierra is telling the other 4 people, which is Annika, Rachel, and Sam. And she's like, the 2 of them over there kikiing right in front of our face, pulling each other out in front of our face, and we
connect more easily. You know, we're just meshing together.
Period. And we see by the end of this episode, that's the people who really are voting together. Like that's the group. Rachel, Annika, Sierra, and Sam are really kind of in control of this tribe. So that's how that's gonna go. This was a tribe we were like, we kind of don't know where it's gonna go,
and I feel like we're seeing that. Like the dynamic is weird.
So that's what's going on in Gata. We go to Tuku. At Tuku, Gabe immediately goes to Sue. He's kind of the one on this tribe who is working very fast.
And the producers, they are immediately already pushing this like Gabe low-key TV villain edit. Like the music in the background when he's talking is very villainous. Like he gives me Tony, he gives me Russell, and he said he wants to be that player that comes out and builds his own legacy. So I'm watching Gabe because I like a good TV villain. Yeah, and I like that he don't really give a fuck, and you could tell that energy is there for him. But I want to see if he's gonna be able to push it because this entire episode he was more worried about goddamn advantage than actually building relationships. So it's like, where are you gonna go?
Yeah,
like he started off really strong with this Sue connection, but I don't know where it went after that.
I'm glad he actually did the Sue connection because she even helped him. She ended up even helping him find the idol. So it's like, okay, clearly you telling her about, you're still maintaining that. But that's just one connection. But it's better than nothing. I'm just glad he's playing the game. Like he's there, he's playing hard. He said what he wanted to do, and this is what he wanted to do. Now, is he gonna make it far playing like this? I guess we'll just have to see.
But it'll probably be fun,
Definitely be a fun ride. So Sue has a diary room and she mentioned she really likes Caroline. We didn't get shit from Caroline at all.
Not really.
At all. Other than that Sue likes her. So that's good. We also didn't really get anything from Tiana on this tribe and definitely didn't get shit from Kyle. It's like we kind of got our, like, not saying that these are going to be the main characters, but it's like if y'all didn't get no lines in the premiere, bitch, do you matter? No shade.
I think Tiana gonna come though.
I think so too. She's clearly, well, from her preseason, she seemed very clearly a good player. But it's just surprising because in the premiere, girl, where are you at?
She laying low. Her winning
and it was 2 hours.
I was gonna say her winning edit, but we know who winning. So
Yeah, and the winner edit not giving.
That's
that's really where I'm coming from, because with the winner edits, if you don't get shit the first episode, it's not giving.
I swear she got a little something. No,
Tiana didn't get anything.
She didn't have a clocking Gabe moment. Oh no, when the box fell, she was like, "What is that?" I don't know what's going on over there.
I wouldn't call that a moment. But yeah, it's looking. I was like, hold on, where is she at? Because they were trying to come from my.
I'm trying to give her.
They were trying to come from my my draft pick, so I got to make sure. Hold on, there's a lot of people on other people's draft. But anyways, so that's what's happening on Tuku, and then on Lavoo. Asia isn't here right now,
right?
And we see.
Terrified.
I was terrified too. And we see Teenie, you know, she says, look, I want to be everybody number one. I'm kind of linking up with Kashawn. And then we see Genevieve and Rome are kind of linking up over there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
then
interesting groupings, honestly. I didn't expect that.
Yes. Especially Genevieve and Rome. I was like, oh, what a very interesting one. I don't know. And I don't know what if Asia was there, if something different would have happened, but I remember thinking like, oh, Asia's probably going to link up with Rome. I even thought Asia might link up with Genevieve, but Genevieve and Rome was very surprising for me. But that happened, and then Teenie and Kashawn linked up, and that happened. I wasn't as surprised with Teenie and Kashawn. I clocked that. I was like, okay, they're both queer. They might be able to relate.
Kashawn was like not feeling Teenie, he said in the preseason, didn't he? He was like,
he did say that
the shorter girl. He wasn't getting good vibes. So I guess they were out the window when they finally met, which I love.
Because Teenie's eating the social game up because Genevieve also likes Teenie. Mm-hmm. So Genevieve is trying to make this 4 with the two of them, and then their little partners Rome and Kashawn. But Teenie is like, well, we shouldn't make a 4 yet because Asia's not here.
Asia's not here. Teenie Welch is already working.
Child. So she says, let's put a hold on that until Asia comes back. So that's exactly what
the fuck they do. Let's put a pin in that, mama.
Period. And that's exactly what they do. So we see Asia and TK at the. It's not Sweat and Savvy anymore. Thank God. Because fuck, I don't give a fuck about Sweat.
I think I like the Sweat and Savvy better than this. I think I like this.
I definitely don't like the Sweat and Savvy better than this. Because the Sweat and Savvy became pointless because they weren't getting it anymore. So it kind of pissed me off. At least somebody won this. But yeah. I agree. I don't like this either. I kind of don't like it. I'm not
in love with it at all.
I don't like either.
Maybe
I would rather them just. I would rather. Damn, not as.
But I was kind of bored.
Yeah, I would just rather it not exist. I would just rather them be on the tribe, and they could have used this segment to show more tribe dynamics. Even though there was a lot, it could have been even more because we didn't need this. No one gives a fuck. Basically,
right, just send them both to the tribe with nothing. They lost,
or just have a second place, and then there's one loser. You already played a challenge. Like, there was already literally a challenge for this exact same reward. You could have just had to be that one challenge. It's no longer interesting.
I love that we have to clock them.
Like, people no longer care.
We have to clock them a bit. Every episode.
Like, they need to fix
production. Be doing some things.
I'm so sick and tired of the 3 try. Like, fix everything. Quick.
I know Survivor 50. They already said they're bringing in returnees. This better not be the motherfucking twist. It better not. If we're still doing 3 tribes, Sweat and Savvy, Journeys, Very Advantages, I don't want to see that shit.
At the fuck all. So anyways, we hop black. Period. We hop back to Tuku. Hop back to Tuku, and TK is coming back because he ended up winning the challenge. He got his shit. So he comes back with his shit.
Wait.
Oh my God!
It was one moment because they was looking for. TK got in the lead. He got into the water. Asia finally found her path to go get into the water, and she tried to like get it from him real quick.
Yeah, she was like, real though.
It's so nicely though. She had a smile on her face. She was like, oh.
She was like, you got it. Oh, you got it. Okay.
You got it.
That was hilarious. She's so real for that. It was low key pissing me off.
Get it, girl. Get it.
It was low key pissing me off because when they were like searching for the rocks and shit and for the little fucking maps they had, I was like, Asia, run! Because she started off saying, oh, TK looked like he's a damn near NFL player. And it's like, I thought that meant she was going to literally run through the challenge because that's what the fuck I would have did. She over there well, where is it? Girl, you gotta move. I need you to move, queen. That was crazy, but it's okay. She's fine. Period. So TK goes back to Tuku, lets them know the tea. And quickly, Caroline does have a moment because Caroline has a DR right here. And she's like, all of the niggas is linking up.
Well,
she didn't say that.
The...
She didn't say that. She said all of the men are in love with each other. They got this bromance going on. They fucking with each other so heavy. Like
TK took down his locks. And I was just like, okay.
TK has a gorgeous smile.
It's giving model. It really is.
It's giving fuck the NFL and call up Rihanna and do a Fenty line runway. Okay? That's
honestly. She need to watch Survivor.
She does watch Survivor. Oh, no, she watched Big Brother. She could watch both. She never know. She also watches The Challenge because she DM'd Casey Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Because of The Challenge. She didn't DM her because of Big Brother. She DM'd her because of The Challenge. And it's like, she watched Challenge. She probably do watch Survivor. Shout out to Rihanna. Rihanna? Rihanna. We were just talking about Rihanna with Bailey the other day. Okay, but anyways. Caroline clocked that all the boys is linking up. This is when we see Gabe go off and him and TK are like messing with this big ass tree. And as they're messing with the tree, Gabe finds the beware advantage and he like slips it away. TK walks away and he's like, well, shit, fuck it. I'm going to take the beware advantage. So he takes the beware advantage. He finds the shit he got to dig up, and it's a big ass treasure chest, of course. So they say, beware, you don't have your vote until you unlock this chest. So he finds the key, or he has to go find the key. As he's looking to find the key, it's in this big ass waterfall rock ass shit. So he has to knock down the key, and as he's trying to knock down the key in broad daylight, mind you,
right?
His mindset was, I just need to quickly go get everything. And a part of me was like, okay, I think I like that idea to quickly just go get it done with, because I kind of hate when they drag it out. It's the next 3 days. You still don't.
I just like he could have been a little bit more inconspicuous. Because what's his name? TK walked right up on him, and it's like, well, duh, you out in the open yanking on shit.
He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So,
and then Gabe started lying. Well, you know, I just
I found this key.
I think I found this key, and he tried to make it seem like, oh well, I just found this out of the blue. Like, I didn't find the first part of the clue, and TK didn't buy that shit. But Gabe thought TK bought it. And it's like, girl, TK ain't that dumb.
He's not that dumb, baby. So that's where we leave that. Gabe thinking he ate him up, and he did not. Put a pin in that. We head to the Lavoo tribe. Asia comes back with nothing. Damn. But
and I was scared again. Oh, I was scared.
I know. But Teeny pulls her to the side, very Izzy Suri like. And Teeny is like, girl, look, I know you are. You're from our Rappers podcast. I love you so much. And I'm not going to tell anybody that you're from there. I just really want to work with you. Boom.
It's giving Izzy and Sari. And we clocked this. Like, it's so Izzy Sari coded. And I love it so bad because Asia came on the beach and Teeny gave her the rundown, baby. Like, this is going to be a nasty duo. I'm excited. And then hopefully Andy cracked ass can make it to jury too, because Andy wants to work with her. So, and I just think Asia's gonna really be able to socially work this game. I'm hoping that Lavoo stays this immunity winning tribe, because I need my sisters to be set up well in this motherfucking merge.
Period. Oh, and that would be real nasty if they can make it with the most numbers to merge. Give my mama the win. Well, we're giving her the win regardless. So on this tribe, Saul catches Rome like looking at something, or who catches him? No, first Saul catches Rome looking for something. Then he finds the beware advantage. Later on, Asia catches him looking for the key for the beware advantage. This nigga gets caught twice.
Wait, but she said, hey, Mr. Gamer. He said, what?
What do you mean? What? Like, you got caught, and it was so Rome
was worse.
I don't know who's worse, Rome or Gabe,
because from my knowledge, Rome didn't make any real social connections before.
Genevieve was supposed to be his bestie.
Girl, and the thing is, like, we saw more of a Gabe and
But
Sue
not
connection
really.
than we ever saw with a Rome and Genevieve. We saw that in the confessional. I didn't
Yep.
see that in my face. So
Yep.
it's like he put so much energy into looking for this advantage. I'm like, Rome, like there are other things that you could be doing, especially that scene of him running here and going here and all his body in the well.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally walking up on him in the well, and then he sees them and scurries off. It's like, you look so obvious.
Like, girl,
We know what you're doing.
we see you. You're right
and,
there.
and he didn't even get the idol like Gabe, right? He did all of that, and he only found the key.
No, he ended up finding. He ended up getting the idol.
He did,
but yeah, but we just didn't get a. He didn't go back to the box and see. It was just in the well. He picked it up out of the well. But
okay.
that was it. I think we might get a part 2 next episode of what the rest of that is for Rome, because he didn't get the same thing Gabe got. I'm just not realizing Gabe's was in the box. Rome's was in the well, and that was it. So I guess they just had 2 different types of idols, but
you know, like switching it up. I will say this is way more switched up than they've done recently, so I enjoy that.
That is true. So we hop to the Tuku tribe again. This is where Gabe shows Sue the advantage, and she helps him unlock his box. He barely makes it to unlocking the box the first time, because someone's walking up the path. He has to grab the full box and bring it to these rocks. So he climbs up these rocks, unlocks it, and then he gets the first part of the advantage, which is just one tribal idol. Period. The tribal is only active for one tribal. So
yeah, one tribal.
So for one tribal. So then he sees that there's another option. He could either take this, or he could take another chance. And what's this other risk? He has to obviously do the task. And once he completes the task, this idol will be active for 3 tribal councils.
Now, and I will say, out of all of the little challenges and tasks they've had to try and find the idol, I enjoy this one. I kind of enjoy this one. I don't love it because I just feel like it's so many steps. It really fills out the episode, I will say, because it's like a whole journey that they have to go through. And I found it really interesting on Rome and Gabe's side of things. But it's just like, this is a lot of things you have to do just to get a goddamn idol.
Yeah. A part of me likes that they have to work for idols, but I just kind of miss the simplicity of it. But a part of me, like, by the end of it, I felt like, okay, Gabe, you earned your idol. Like, I feel like he earned it. Like, this nigga did a lot to get this idol. And then he agreed that he was going to try to go for the 3 tribal idol. So when he agrees to it, he ends up standing up and dropping the box. The box rolls down the hill, hitting all the rocks. And everybody at the camp is like, what the fuck is that? That's not no tree.
What is he doing in the rocks?
And it's like, girl, he dropping idol boxes. Like, please.
I thought the idols gonna fall out. Like, what's happening?
Like, you need to lock in. I was literally thinking in this moment, I was like, if this was me, I would have been like, okay, let me go sit down somewhere. Because what the hell? Like, this is too much. So that's what Gabe is doing. We hop back to the Gata tribe. On the Gata tribe, John is feeling lonely and disconnected from the tribe because he's old and they're not. And
why you have to say it like that?
How else to say it?
Well,
okay. That was literally why. So Andy wants to work with Rachel real bad. So he's trying to pull her to the side and like go get water together. When they go get water together, Rachel has a diary room and she's like, Andy seems so sweet, but he doesn't seem strategic at all.
And I thought this was a mistake at first. I said, hold on. I was like, that charming and disarming is working because, mama, he's thinking.
When she said this, when she initially said that, I was confused. And then she explained, she's like, you wanting to like obviously pull me to the side in the random time of the day in front of everybody, I don't think that's smart. And then I was like, okay, I see where she's coming from. He doesn't seem good strategically because that wasn't what he should do. And then the night comes. Andy is not able to sleep. And in the morning time, he starts whispering to Rachel, grabs her in front of everybody, and pulls her to the side. She's like, I don't think we should do this. And he pulls her to the side anyway.
I was thinking if I was Rachel, I wouldn't have got up.
I wouldn't have got up.
I would. Oh, just give me a few. I'm asleep. I'm sorry.
Later on.
Later.
So he
And
pulls her to the side.
it's crazy because at the well earlier, he mentioned it, and she was like, "Well, I don't think that would be a great idea." So he does it anyway.
He does it anyway. Now, Andy's fans, if you're watching this,
I'm Andy's fan.
Lee, if you're watching this, I don't know if you guys want to be present for the rest of the episode.
Don't do this. Don't drag him. You're not going to drag him like that.
Love Andy. I think his personality seems so great and sweet and kind and adorable. The body is tea. He was in his little undies. Tea. Like honestly, hit me up, DM me, all of that. But when it comes to my opinions, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Leave him alone.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
He was having anxiety.
At least
we just watched Inside Out 2.
At least
we saw how anxiety can take over.
And I didn't fuck with her.
And that's what happened. Andy left and anxiety showed up for the rest of the episode.
No, Joy left. Andy was still there.
Joy left and anxiety took over for Andy for the rest of the episode. And it got bad. It got really, really bad.
So he's telling Rachel, first of all, in the morning, he's telling Rachel that he just doesn't feel like himself. He's not feeling really good. He's just concerned and a bunch of stuff. And Rachel's like,
he's being very vulnerable, open about his emotions and feelings.
Yes.
And that's what he's feeling in this moment for sure.
And Rachel is like, she don't give a damn. No shade. She was basically like,
she basically don't give a fuck. She was like, why are we up right now?
She was like, okay. And then she goes and continues to do what she was doing. And then later in the day, we see she's doing what she's doing. She's hanging out with Sierra. And mind you, they're all together.
Right.
But like, I guess it's like clear who's actually the energy is positive towards.
Right.
And so
Andy starts flipping out. It was like a movie. The music Survivor editing, they are nasty. They're nasty. The music that they put behind Andy when he's having this crisis right now, he's like, I'm cutting the coconut and no one says anything. No one's even looking at me. When John cut the coconut, they cheered. There, I saw her looking over here and here looking over here. I'm at the bottom, and it's like, Andy, no.
And this is exactly I said I liked Andy and I felt like he was going to do good based on his preseason. But my one worry was he's going to overthink because he was talking about I was overthinking tying my shoes. And it's like, boo, you're overthinking everything.
Yeah.
He chopped the coconut. They cheered. You chopped the coconut. They didn't give a damn. Now you think you're on the bottom. And it's really a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you feel on the outs and you think you're on the outs, you're just going to be on the outs. You really just are. And that's what's basically occurring for the rest of this episode. It's like he's putting himself in such a box kind of over here because of him overthinking. And that's the thing. It's true. It's not him. It's his anxiety. And that's the issue. Like him feeling so concerned and worried and overthinking about everything that's happening is causing him to kind of act in this way and just think so much about what's happening. It's like you really just kind of got to be yourself and just be there and not worry about what everybody else is thinking. And that was what was going on. He started being overly concerned about what everyone else was thinking. And now he feels like he's on the bottom. And it's like, damn, that was a huge conclusion. Day 2, mind you.
Yeah.
Like, oh my Lord. Like,
and it's like, I will say, it's not like he was like 100% wrong. Like there was already groupings forming, but it's like he could have handled it way better.
Yeah.
It's like he peeped it. And I think he kind of went to this like the child in him almost. He like resorted back to that younger himself where he didn't feel confident, he didn't feel secure in himself. And I feel like I've heard that analogy a lot. Like when you go into these social reality games, it feels like high school again. And I feel like that's what was happening. He didn't feel as confident in himself as he usually would in the outside world. And it was kind of it was kind of a sad little thing to see, honestly. I felt bad for him. I really did.
Yeah, it is. I feel like when you go into these games, you kind of have to, I feel like you got to do what Teenie did. Teenie went in and she was like so actively, in a way like positive. Like she was so actively like, look, I'm just going to make them all like me. And that's what's going to happen. They're all going to like me. And then they all loved her. Like you kind of have to go in with that kind of mindset. I feel like Andy very quickly was a little bit worried and was immediately like, oh, I need to get 3 numbers to make sure those 3. That was like his first confessional. And it's like, you were way too specific, kind of already overthinking a little bit. Kind of just got to like vibe with it, and I think that's what started happening. He's a super fan, got too concerned, and then it started to spiral a little bit.
Yeah.
So we hop to the Tuku tribe. Gabe gets up very early and secures his 3 tribal
And it's
idol.
like, this man is working.
Isn't he? I love
He
that.
is working in the middle of the night, baby. He's not playing. So do you think so? I'm just trying to think of like the mechanics of that. So like there's a person carrying a camera that's up with him in the middle of the night. How did they know he was gonna get up? How are the other people not seeing a cameraman following someone out in the open with I just like, I'm really curious as to all the mechanics of that work. I would love to see a behind the scenes edit.
I think. Oh, not the ghetto.
Oh,
Hello.
it's back.
Oh, the ghetto. I think someone's on duty all the time. I think they kind of have like one cameraman, maybe 2, overnight, take shifts here and there. So just in case something like that happens, because obviously during the day they probably have a lot, but
Right.
overnight I feel like it's like 1 or 2, just in case. And so that was the one on duty. And he went with him to go get his idol. But yeah, honestly, proud of Gabe. He went, he did what he needed to do. He got his idol. He's working hard. He's trying to lock in with Sue. He just needs to focus a lot more on the social part of the game, or I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. So there's that. We hop to the Lavoo tribe. Teeny is telling everybody, because she damn near runs them. No shade. But she's telling her friends. She's like, look, Rome is the only person who got me stressed out right now. Everybody else I'm cool with. They all agree. And this is damn near everyone in the tribe.
Yeah.
So
minus Genevieve.
Well, Genevieve was in this first combo when they were walking together.
Mm-hmm.
But in this next combo, or these next couple of combos, we see it's more so just Teeny, Kashawn, Saw, and Asia.
Mm-hmm.
So Asia catches Rome pouring the water on the log to try to figure out the clue for his beware advantage. As he's doing that, she sees him and she goes back and she tells the rest of the tribe, she's like, this nigga was just clearly looking. And this is the scene where she was like, hey gamer, and he was confused because he got copped red-handed.
Mr. Gamer.
Mr. Gamer. So she tells them, and they're all like, we should just go up there and see what he's doing. So he's literally body deep in the well. First of all, yuck. I hate that is
their drinking water.
His hair.
But I mean, they wanted that because why the fuck is it in the well?
Why is it in the well? That was, I honestly, I like that they hid it in the well because it's like, oh, that's creative. But I hate it because it's like, you know, they got to drink out of that nasty ass fucking water. You nasty fucking bitches. So that was disgusting. Hated that. Didn't like that at all. But he has to put his whole body in the well with so he can get the idol. And he literally finally finds it, pulls out the idol. He has the idol. It's probably just for one tribal. We didn't really get to see the rest because he got caught. Yeah. And they walk up on him.
Scurried away. Like everyone knows he has it. Yeah, he's gonna have to play that basically. Yeah. But they won't be losing, so.
Ooh, that's tea. So boom, we head to the immunity challenge, where Lavoo eats it up. Of course, this immunity challenge very common. They've had this a lot in the new era. It's where they have to get the big ass treasure chest, and they have to take the big ass treasure chest up the sand, and then solve the puzzle. Very simple.
Yeah.
So in the water, we kind of talked about it earlier. Saw killing it.
He would step on the platform himself and just lift the chest and put it in the boat, and it will go to the next one. Both Tuku and Gata had to get 2 men each to go out there and help them bring the things on. And every time, what would happen was when they were trying to step back in, the boat would dip in the water, and it would gain more water and more water each time. Gata and Tuku ended up capsizing.
Yeah,
because like by the end of it, nobody could fit in the boat but the treasure chest. And it's crazy because Lavoo got all 3 treasure chests and all of their people to the sand perfectly. Like they ran through that challenge like a Tomb Raider. Like it was no games. It was executed flawlessly. Like they were even done with the puzzle so quickly. Like that was nasty.
Yeah, it was real bad. They bodied the fuck out of that challenge. Gata did really bad. Like Tuku did bad, of course, but Gata did really bad.
They were swimming away from the platform.
Exactly. And then when they got to Andy closed the laptop. When they got to the puzzle, I don't think Andy was working on the puzzle, luckily. But the people were working on the puzzle, and Andy goes like in the shade, and he at first is kind of like just standing in the shade, and then quickly he like lays down in the shade. And I'm like, y'all in the middle of the challenge. Are they
I
gonna
was
be
like,
cool with
what's
you?
happening?
Jeff is like, you good? He don't say nothing. He's like, Andy, is you good? What do you need right now? And Andy's like, I need everything. So he
No, he said I gave everything.
Okay.
I gave everything.
Ciao. And so he gets medical goes, puts a lot of water on him,
and I was trying to figure out what was wrong with him. So it's like, and I guess he was just overheated, like he was giving heat stroke, because he was very delirious.
Yeah,
like he was telling Jeff and the medic, I'm still gonna vote me out. I tried my best. I gave everything, and Jeff was like, "Well, they didn't vote you out yet." He said, "Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, What's happening? Like it had to have been heat stroke."
Yeah, or just like physical exertion, because he said like he was kind of like, I guess, trying to say that he put his all into this challenge so they wouldn't lose, so he wouldn't go home. So I guess he was really trying, like lifting the chest probably more so than he needed to, pushing it probably more so than he needed to. So I think he was just exerting himself a lot, and then he got to that moment, and then obviously he was already spiraling. So now it's like you were spiraling already, you were very concerned, you thought you needed to win this, and then you exerting yourself way too much. So now he's sitting there and he's not really saying things that. So the challenge ends. They're all standing at the mats. And Jeff asks, well, Andy, what's going on? Because you were saying a lot of stuff over there. And he's like, I'm on the bottom. You know, I know I'm on the bottom and none of them like me. And they cheered. They cheered when John cooked the coconut. And they didn't cheer when I cut the coconut. So it's clear they just hate me. They all hate me and none of them like me. And I became closest to John. And me and John have an alliance. But when I was going back to camp, I was going to throw John under the bus. I was. And it's really just, it sucks because, and Jeff is like, well, I mean, hold on. We are playing this game. It's a hard game. It's not easy for anybody. We got to lock in and we got to have some positivity. Lavoo and Tuku, you win. Congratulations. Like, Jeff had to steer this combo to the right direction because it was going.
He was not, but he was still not there. Like when he mentioned the throwing the John under the bus, I was like, what is he saying, like, Andy? Like, I was scared.
I honestly, like, I thought I would be more upset, but I'm like more concerned. Like, that was like concerning. I was like, girl, are you good?
Okay.
Are you good? I needed you to like lock the fuck in. You're too, like, if y'all watch his interview, he is too damn smart and too much of a super fan to be going off the rockers. Like, you need to lock in.
Smacks, y'all. Like, his preseason interview was freaking great. I chose him first in my draft. I'm not going to regret it because I'm going to stand by him. Amen. I love him. I'm sorry. I do. He going to be my cracked fave this season. But it's just like, I'm so shocked. A complete 180. A full 180.
Yeah. Crazy. So, boom. That's what happens. Gata loses and they go back to the tribe and he's trying to like plead his case to them. I'm like, Andy, shut up. Just be quiet, please. So we see John and the girls kind of go off. And he's telling the girls that he kind of wants to vote Andy. And Rachel is like, okay, we can vote Andy. We're going to have to tell him we're voting you.
And it was like, Rachel, why would you tell him
that? And that's the thing. I do agree. Rachel, why would you tell him that was crazy? I wasn't sure what John should do with that info because my initial, y'all, if y'all don't know me, get to know me. I'm always for, you just gonna have to allow your allies you just gonna have to allow yourself to be at the bottom. If you gotta be at the bottom for one vote, you just gotta be at the bottom. Because a part of me is like, John, you ain't got no allies. So what you gonna do? But I was kind of happy that he did want to do something about this. So I was conflicted because he heard that and he was like, they're gonna tell him.
It just shows that he's disposable. I think it's similar to like being used as a pawn in Big Brother. Like, I'm disposable. You're willing to throw me out as a vote, as a person to go home. So if this person can get enough numbers, I could actually go home. Like, so I see the reason as to why he wanted to kind of flip this game on its head because he did have Andy, but he did not have Sam.
And you didn't really have Andy because Andy voted you.
Yeah.
And you went home. So you probably should have just let them say. In hindsight, he probably should have just let them tell Andy that he was the vote and tried his best to move forward. Because instead, he tries to get Andy. And I think that's the main issue. Andy is not very
Reliable.
reliable to begin with. So for you to try to flip the vote with Andy, I think that was my issue with his decision. If Andy was just a normal regular player or he showed like allyship, then I would be like, okay, it's just unfortunate he went home. But you went to Andy to try to plead your case to flip the vote on Annika, who everyone seemingly likes. Like, you also misread that Sam actually liked Annika, because when he went to Sam about the plan, Sam had a diary room. He said, I'm not fucking voting Annika. And it's like, so you didn't even know they was close. So I just feel like I need you to lock in, no shade. So John tries to pitch this plan to vote Annika. It doesn't work. And then everyone else is like, I mean, we're either voting John or Andy. So who are we voting? And that's how we kind of get this voting group of Gata, which is Annika, Rachel, Sierra, and Sam. And they're really deciding which of the two of John and Andy are going to go home. And that's what takes us to Tribal Council. At Tribal Council, Andy was more calm. I was like, okay, you had your day. You probably
He not overheated no more. You know, he's what is it? Girl, I can't even think of the word.
What is it?
When you get water in your system, what are you?
Nourished,
refreshed, hydrated. Yeah.
So boom, that happens, and then John gets voted out. Now let's get into these drafts, because I did have John.
I was shocked. I was actually shocked. I thought they were going to take her out, Andy, but they were saying that they didn't want to do it because they felt he was a stronger asset to the team. Which, I mean, I
fully disagree. Terrible decision.
I don't think that they should have. I just don't think they should have based the vote off of that, because I do feel like John could have been just as beneficial for the team as Andy.
Terrible. I think it was a terrible decision, and it kind of makes me feel not great about literally everyone on this tribe but Rachel, because Rachel was the one who was like, no, it's giving vote out Andy, and the rest of them were like, no, let's vote out John, and she was like, okay, sure. For me, I don't think it makes sense for most of them to do it. Sam was the one who was like, John is threatening to me, so that's why I want him out. So it makes sense for Sam. I'll give him that. He said that's just a threat. He got to go. Check. Sam ate that up, and he's really the push that got this started. So shout out to Sam. Rachel was like, it really should be Andy because he doesn't seem reliable. Annika and Sierra, I'm not sure why y'all did. Well, I guess John said her name. So yeah, I mean, hey, he fucked up. He fucked up real bad. I don't think for the tribe this was the best decision, because if they do lose again, it could be because of Andy. Next episode, Annika and Andy are damn near beefing. If they make merge, Andy could honestly flip on the whole tribe. I don't see him being loyal.
The Welch family.
He just doesn't seem reliable at all. So for me, I would have voted out Andy, but hey,
I feel like a lot of them gonna regret it. I mean, Annika seems like she already is in the confessional for next episode.
Yeah, and it's like clearly you do. Like, that just didn't seem. It didn't even feel like the right. It didn't even feel right. No offense. That Andy didn't get voted out. Like, it just felt like the wrong decision. No shade, but hey, we move. So after episode 1, here are our drafts. I did have John, so that was a flop. We know I'm winning because I have Asia, so that's good.
Period.
But honestly, I think on both sides there were some big characters. I felt Sam was a very big character for sure.
You're right.
Sue seems like she's gonna be in a very good position for this game as well. Andy and Rome. Ooh.
Like, I feel like a lot of my people, like Tiana didn't get anything, Saul didn't get much. Caroline got something, but it wasn't the most positive thing ever. Annika is already set up to be a target with this leader edit. I was so shocked that she's the one who got the leader edit. Like, I did not think she was gonna go out here and take control like that. Annika, girl. Sierra's kind of shocking me a little bit. She's definitely way more in the game than I initially thought. But I kind of also felt that she could have been in this position. So I'm not fully shocked, but it's like, go girl. Like, she's running shit a little bit.
Yeah, Theodore, I gotta get on your ass real quick, because now that I'm looking at this, my team is good. I like my team. I know Asia's winning, but other than Asia, T and Rachel had very good episodes. My top 3 picks. You're not finna play on my team.
Who?
Theodore.
What
Theodore
was like,
he said earlier, he was like, yeah, Pharaoh, your team already looking real choppy. Theodore, I got my eye on you. Shout out to Ryan Shorter. Ryan says,
make it Ryan.
Period. Andy needs to go home and play with his toys. Oh,
Bye.
well, I agree. Well, Pharaoh, what, Theodore? We have to bring up the fact that you lost all the. Let's go to the tier rankings because y'all not finna come
Up.
for
He eating you up.
me. Y'all not gonna come for me, please. Oh my God. So let's start off with the losing tribe first. John went home. We'll just start off with him. Chop.
I mean,
Maybe Child for
I
Chop.
don't feel bad. I don't feel like we should put him in Chop. I feel like Child.
Child for
Because,
trying.
like, it's crazy that he kind of went home, in my opinion. Like, the performance that Andy gave this entire episode, I'm shocked that it was not Andy. And he went home based off, like, tribe strength.
I agree.
And I think that's just such bullshit. So it's like,
It's actually a little unfortunate for me because I was saying this as well with Andy. I actually genuinely love Andy. It's never no shade. Well, it might be shady, but it's not no shade. With Andy, I feel like I'm a little bit annoyed that he stayed over John because John actually seemed like he could have capabilities in the game somehow, some way, if he got some footing. With Andy, this episode made me feel like, damn, where could you ever go? But next is Andy. How we feeling? After this episode, we have no choice, I feel.
it has to be Chop. It has to be Chop. Andy, it has to be. And I'm
This
so
episode.
sorry. He's my mother.
He's my mother. He's my father.
Right, Andy on my foot. He's my mother.
Ooh, boy, you a rapper? Spit some bars. Yeah, but for this episode, it has to be Chop. I could see. I honestly can't see anything right now, so I'm gonna just be quiet. Sierra,
I mean, if he can bring back preseason Andy, he's back. Okay, but ooh.
For me, Sierra, you kind of already said your perspective. I kind of agree a little bit more than I expected. But she screams like Noelle to me. I know some of the girls like Noelle, but she screams like that character who's more physically inclined and more like the Christmas version of a Survivor player, like loyal to her people. I'll win the challenge for us, and then I'll go home. No shade. So for me, it was mid. Good luck.
I'm fine with mid for now.
Yeah, we'll see where she goes from here. Annika, that's honestly my girl. I like her personally.
I'm gonna keep her in mid for now. She's teetering on the line of Child. Because that edit that she got about her trying to lead this bitch, like, And then who tried to call her out at the confessional? I mean, at the tribal council? Was it Sierra?
What did she say? Yeah.
Oh, Rachel. She was like, oh, Annika kind of took the lead.
I think it was Rachel talking about, and then her trying to take the lead. I think Rachel did call her out. And then, I mean, John's person to target was her. I don't know if Andy tries to target her next time, but they got some stuff going on. She just seems too wide in the open. Yeah. And it's like, ooh, that's not great for you. Next we have Sam. That was a good one for him. In my opinion, he made this vote occur.
You think so?
Yeah, because it was after John came to him about Annika that he was like, let me go to them about about John. And Rachel didn't even want it to be John. So a part of me is like, I mean, I know it wasn't Rachel.
So maybe Camp.
Maybe Camp for me. It's definitely above the other girls. I would definitely say Camp. I like this for him. And then other than that, I just think he has a lot of the good awareness, especially compared to the rest of his tribe. This is a bunch of, let me just be quiet. Rachel,
I want to give her Camp. Because I know she's about to be really involved. But I don't know. Something about the edit gave me, she gonna get caught up, isn't she?
Me too. I liked what she did this episode. I liked. It was clear that Andy really wanted to work with her. The girls clearly want to work with her as well.
But I don't even know if Andy will want to in it that much anymore. Because remember, he was like, I was being vulnerable with her.
Yep.
And she didn't reciprocate that.
Yeah, very true. And then also, she wanted Andy to go, and he didn't. So I would say top of mid.
I see that.
Yeah.
She's teetering on the cusp of Camp, but we're going to see. But I think Andy's going to refer to Sam now, not Rachel.
Yep, that's true. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Next tribe, Tuku. Let's start with Tiana. No thoughts.
No thoughts. We didn't get any of these episodes. She has to stay in mid. I don't think we got anything negative, so I can't go lower than that. But I'm rooting for Tiana. I think she's gonna give us a moment. I'm here
Me
for
too.
her.
A part of me feels like Annika is low mid and Tiana's like middle mid, so I kind of want to put her above Annika.
We can.
But
we got
but
negative
that's just
from Annika.
yeah.
This
We
episode.
got a slight negative. Sue.
I feel like camp for Sue. I mean,
don't
people
wanna
was
say
a
camp.
pro. She got approached for people about being included in alliances. It was Gabe, and then who else was it?
It was Gabe, and she wanted to approach Caroline.
Caroline.
Is what it was.
Oh, okay.
But we
okay.
didn't see that occur yet. But honestly, her being in the only thing we know about in this tribe, which is with her and Gabe, and she knows about the only advantage on her tribe already.
Right.
So I would put her camp as well. Below Sam, I would put her camp.
My queen.
That's my mama. Caroline,
I feel like have to stay in mid. Like we
Also
got
mid.
something from her. I'm fine with after Rachel, or maybe even above Rachel.
I'm fine with
After.
I would say after. Honestly,
Because Rachel has control on her tribe.
Yeah, a part of me wants to put below Sierra because Rachel and Sierra are in an alliance. Caroline is like not yet.
We don't know the Tuku tribe dynamic really.
We don't. They didn't really go over it.
Like the Lavoo is Asia, Saul,
And maybe Teeny and Kashan. From what we see.
And then Roman to the bottom. And then Gata, it's all the women and Sam, and then now just Andy.
Yeah.
But Tuku, we don't know what the actual tribe dynamic is. We know that everyone was sitting at the tribe and saw Gabe drop that box. Well, I didn't even.
They didn't see it. They just heard it.
Yeah,
they don't even know what it is.
So we don't really know what the full dynamic of this tribe is even going to be. But I'm fine with her after Rachel.
Okay, boom. Next is TK.
I don't know.
They said,
and I think it's because we don't know the tribe dynamic fully. Yeah. But I think that he's going to be someone who's going to be involved. I would put him above Sierra for now, or maybe under or above Tiana. Maybe.
Honestly, I think I would put all three of the people all together for me personally.
Okay, I see that.
I just feel like they're all unknown. This is the unknown.
We don't know
category. Yet. Yes. Same with Kyle. Let's just do Kyle. I don't like him, so I'm gonna put him below the rest of the two. We got nothing from Kyle. At least Tiana had that one moment. We got.
And do you think Tuku gonna be the tribe to like keep winning so they don't have any dynamic?
Ooh, I hope not. Because I want it to be Lavoo. But maybe that is what's going to happen. Or it could be like next episode, we kind of get all of it. And they went to the next tribal. So we get it next episode. But yeah. We do know about Gabe, though. But how do we feel about Gabe?
We got a lot about Gabe. I feel like he didn't get in any direct trouble about what he was doing like Rome did. So I'm not in the child category. But I don't want to give him camp because I'm just like, I don't know how he is going to work socially within this tribe. We saw a lot of him getting the advantage and then him talking to Sue, but we didn't get anything else. Yeah. So I think we can keep him in mid, maybe the highest of his tribe, just because of his involvement in the episode.
Yeah, and they did say the boys are sucking each other dick. So I do think if he has Sue and he has the boys, he probably could be in the best position. And he has the advantage.
That's true.
We'll just do that for now. We don't know shit about Tuku. Put a pin in this. Next, we have Lavoo tribe. Let's start with Rome.
Rome, we have to give Child, I fear. He got caught. They caught him so bad in the act. Like at this point, anytime the entire episode, we saw him alone chasing after the idol. I didn't see any social connections being built or anything like that. Like if they went to tribal, he would have went home unless he played his idol, which would have been nasty. But it's just like I don't know. Like I expected him to go on the island a little bit more reserved because that's how you have to like play, especially in this new era.
Yeah,
and he's really, really out there. Like he's causing a lot of trouble for himself.
That was my fear with him.
Because at this point, Asia and Teeny are really kind of running the trial from my
And then
perspective. And Asia is not feeling Rome. She wants Rome out.
Yeah, and he had a diary room saying something about Asia. He's like, Asia wanted to go on the journey. I don't know why she did that. And it's like, are you probably gonna try to come after Asia? Because you're definitely going home if that's the case. And then Asia's already coming after you, so you're definitely going home if that's the case. So it's already looking rocky for Rome. Next, let's do Genevieve. I don't think she's in this group. I don't think she's in a good spot at all.
We can put her at top of Child. Because I don't think she's included with the Saul, Teeny, Kashan, and Asia group at all. She's more so connected with Rome.
Yeah.
And that got to be at the bottom.
Yeah. I agree. Child. And then I just didn't see anything strategic from her at all. Next is Saul. Liked him. I feel like he's kind of just average to me.
Mm-hmm.
So far,
he's in the group. I'd put him actually under Rachel or Sierra.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think I'd put him under Sierra because he's in the group, but he just seems so uninvolved. At least Sierra was like, look at them doing that over there. Like I don't remember. Oh, well, he was kind of like, look at them. Him and Sierra are the same person. Not the same person, but I feel like they're the same category of person in their group. Like the other three are kind of probably a little more involved strategically. Sam, Rachel, and Annika, and then Asia, Teeny, and Kashan, and then Saul and Sierra are kind of like the, support.
Right.
Kashan. I'm not saying his name 3 times.
Similar to Saul, it's like he's in the group, but right now he's kind of giving support, like you said.
Mm-hmm. He has a personal connection with Teeny. I think that's really going to help because she was kind of like me, you. It was giving like Teeny's group is Kashan and Asia. And I think that's going to help him a lot. I think that would make me want to put him like above Sierra personally because of like his connection with Teeny, who I feel like is running that social.
This mid category is long.
It is. But don't worry, because the next two are mothers, in my opinion.
Literally.
We have Teeny, who has a great hold on her tribe. Everyone loves her, and she's working with Asia. No notes.
Teeny Welch, mother. They're coming.
And then we have Asia Welch. I'm not gonna lie.
Get her out that category.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't piss me off.
I need to pin her. No, what I was gonna say was, I'm not gonna lie, technically, according to this episode, I think I would have put Teeny above her, but I don't really give a fuck. This is Asia Welch.
I wouldn't. Really? You would? I just feel like control.
Teeny has the relationship with Kashan. From what we saw. So for me, I'm like,
that's
okay,
true.
Teeny has Kashan, Teeny has Asia.
That's true. And I don't think Teeny is necessarily playing for Asia, but it's like Asia got the edit. You know what I'm saying? Asia got the edit.
She did. So yeah, it's in my mind technically it's giving Teeny above Asia, but I don't care. So yeah, here we are. Here we are. Here's our ranking for episode 1. Shout out to the motherfucking top. Shout out to the mothers in the camp. Honestly, love them all. We picked them all pretty early in our drafts as well, so I'm glad they're actually doing well. And we're not even gonna talk about the chops and the childs, y'all. So let's just let's just be present for next episode and just
everyone in mid. I'm like, okay,
like the best.
We'll probably get to a point where I can see you in the higher category because it's like you're just mid for now.
Yeah, mid for now. This is just episode 1. Everything can change. So boom. That was episode 1. We'll be back next week on Wednesday to do the same thing. So be here.
Mm-hmm. And you'll only be at what? 90 minutes still, right?
90 minutes. So that'll be at 8:45 when we're going live around that area right after the episode. So definitely tune into that. We're also going to be covering the challenge on Thursdays now. So tune into our challenge covers on Thursdays. We're also covering the rest of Big Brother. I think there's like 4 more weeks until the finale. So definitely get into our Big Brother coverage on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever. And thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom, bitch. We're out. Bye.